Every voice assistant on the market today operates on the same flawed assumption. Assume access, collect data, optimize for engagement. But as AI systems evolve, right now, a sophisticated global attack is spreading across every continent. Security researchers are flagging a surge in mobile device compromises that target ordinary users with extraordinary precision. Here's how it works. You receive a call from a number you don't recognize. You answer. That's it. From that moment, the attacker gains access to your microphone, camera, messages, authentication codes, cloud backups, and your complete identity layer. They intercept verification prompts, impersonate you across platforms, and pivot into your corporate systems without raising alarms. This attack exists because of one fundamental assumption. The device is the identity. If an attacker compromises your phone, they compromise you. Your SMS codes, your authentication tokens, your biometrics, your social identity, your banking credentials, everything collapses because the identity layer is fused with the hardware layer. This is exactly the structural failure that LifeStack fixes. LifeStack's first line of defense: boundary layer enforcement. Even if your phone is completely compromised, no agent capabilities are granted. No identity tokens are exposed. Your identity is off-device, cryptographically anchored in the LifeStack fabric, not in iOS or Android. An attacker gains zero utility from hijacking the phone. LifeStack's second defense: consent codons. Even if the attacker calls you, spoofs a number, copies your voice, convinces you to tap a link, or gets into your WhatsApp, they hit the same wall. No action can execute unless the codon validates intent, context, and capability. Codons block account resets, MFA interceptions, impersonation, credential export, and any command an attacker tries to trigger. LifeStack's third defense: agent awareness. If a call tries to trigger malicious flows, LifeStack's cross-session validators detect anomalies instantly: new origin, non-human cadence, malformed intent, hidden capability escalation, hostile context signature. The system refuses execution and logs the attempt. This is what real safety architecture looks like. Every voice assistant on the market today operates on the same flawed assumption. Assume access, collect data, optimize for engagement. But as AI systems evolve beyond chatbots into autonomous digital representations of self, this model breaks down. You need a voice layer that doesn't just execute commands. You need one that enforces governance at every level. The question isn't what can the assistant do? The question is, what is the user willing to allow, and how do we verify it at every layer? Sopranus begins with the most fundamental layer: physical and biometric authentication. Layer 1 uses dual-path authentication. This means the system doesn't rely on a single biometric factor. Voice alone isn't enough. Sopranus combines voice with secondary biometric verification, facial recognition, fingerprint, or behavioral biometrics. But here's the critical part. Sopranus includes deepfake detection. It analyzes the voice signal in real time to detect synthetic or manipulated audio. If someone tries to spoof your voice using AI-generated audio, Sopranus detects it and rejects the request. Liveness verification ensures that the biometric data is coming from a living, present human right now. Not a recording, not a video, not a deepfake played back. The system challenges the user with dynamic liveness tests. This is Layer 1 defense. You cannot access Sopranus without proving you are physically present and biometrically authentic. No spoofing, no deepfakes, no recordings. Once you've authenticated at the biometric layer, Layer 2 kicks in: identity and consent verification. Every voice interaction passes through LifeStack's in-state governance model. This means, first, quantum-safe identity enforcement. Your identity is cryptographically verified at the semantic layer using quantum-resistant key material. No assumption of identity, verification only. Second, consent token verification. Before any action executes, Sopranus validates whether you have explicitly consented to that action class. Consent is not inferred, it's verified. Third, semantic codon evaluation. The intent behind your voice command is analyzed against your semantic DNA, your personal governance rules encoded as reusable policy primitives. These are immutable. They can't be overridden. Fourth, context-aware permission boundaries. Your policies can be conditional, time-based, location-based, agent-based, device-based, not blanket rules. Contextual, granular enforcement. Layer 2 is where identity meets governance. You've proven you are who you say you are. Now Sopranus verifies that you're authorized to do what you're asking. Layer 3 is where the governance substrate protects you from model drift, manipulation, and unauthorized delegation. Modern AI systems suffer from context drift, emotional steering, and hallucinated permissions. Sopranus prevents this through LifeStack's semantic substrate. Semantic DNA codons encode your governance rules as immutable policy primitives. They don't drift. They don't get overridden by persuasion or social engineering. Recall SPI memory validation ensures that when Sopranus references past decisions or policies, it's referencing cryptographically validated memory, not hallucinated context. Temporal coherence pockets maintain consistency across sessions. Your policies from yesterday are the same policies today. No unexplained changes. No policy creep. Deviation scoring flags when a voice command deviates from your historical patterns or stated policies. If something seems anomalous, Sopranus alerts you before executing. Narrative lock rails prevent the AI from reinterpreting your intent. Your voice commands are locked to their original semantic meaning. They can't be reframed or reinterpreted by the system. This is why Sopranus cannot be socially engineered, tricked, or manipulated into violating your boundaries. The governance is not in the AI's reasoning layer. It's in the semantic substrate itself. These three layers work together to solve the digital twin problem. As autonomous AI systems evolve, your digital twin needs to act on your behalf, but it cannot exceed your governance boundaries. Sopranus enforces this through parent-child identity relationships. Your digital twin is cryptographically bound to your identity. It inherits your policies, cannot override them. If your digital twin attempts to access your financial accounts, Sopranus intercepts that request at layer 2 before it reaches the account layer. Checks. Does the digital twin have explicit consent? Is the action within the inherited policy boundaries? If not, it denies the request and notifies you. Sopranus also manages inheritance policies. If something happens to you, your policies persist. Your digital twin continues to operate under your rules. Your children's accounts inherit appropriate constraints. Your data doesn't become uncontrolled. For multi-agent orchestration, every agent operates under the same three-layer defense. When you say, run my risk tolerance model across the last 90 days and update my trading strategy only if confidence exceeds 0.85, Sopranus spawns the appropriate agents with your identity context, enforces your consent boundaries throughout the workflow, validates each agent's output through a maker-checker pipeline, human verification before execution, and logs every decision with cryptographic proof of authorization. As AI hardware proliferates, personal devices, wearables, autonomous companions, home robots, they all face the same architectural problem. How do you build a device that respects human sovereignty? Sopranus is hardware agnostic. It works on any device. It integrates with any AI model. But it enforces governance at all three layers: biometric, identity, and policy, independent of the hardware or the model. This is what governance-grade voice looks like. Not a feature, an architecture. Sopranus. Above. At the device level, Sopranus puts policy management directly in your hands. Your governance rules are enumerated, visible, and controllable through voice. Say, update my spending limit or disable location sharing, and Sopranus verifies your identity, applies your policy change, and logs every action with cryptographic proof. No hidden rules. No opaque systems. Just clear, voice-driven governance. But Sopranus is not an island. It's one component of the complete LifeStack architecture. The LifeStack Navigator is an interactive 3D tool that lets you explore all 21 foundational nodes. Now let's see how LifeStack protects a real child. Meet Maya. She's studying online, navigating APIs and digital services everywhere. Without governance, without consent, without protection, her data is vulnerable. But with LifeStack as the consent governance layer, Positioned in front of or behind any API anywhere in the world, every interaction is governed by her boundaries. Every API respects what her parents have set. Every action is verifiable and reversible. This is what protection looks like in practice.
Maya's Guardian Story, Voice Governance in Action. A Day in the Life with Sopranus version 2.8. Meet Maya, a bright 12-year-old. Today's challenge, algebra homework. She opens a school recommended AI assistant. Friendly, helpful on the surface. But the app requests far more. Learning history, browsing behavior, social connections, location. Sopranus awakens. Voice-first protection. Request intercepted before data leaves the device. Mom gets a call, an AI app is requesting access. She asks questions in natural language. Granular control, approve homework help now. Deny browse.
That lets you explore all 21 foundational nodes, from the identity kernel to the universal revocation switch. See how each component integrates. Understand where Sopranus Voice Assistant connects. Explore the complete governance framework that powers human sovereignty in the age of AI. Every human has a digital value, but today it's invisible. Your data is worth $4 to $8 a month to advertisers, $20 to $200 as a stolen identity bundle, $1,200 to $3,000 as a full medical record, $2,000 to $10,000 or more over your lifetime through big tech monetization, and you receive $0 in return. But the real cost is what exposure means: identity theft, credential takeover, reality manipulation, AI-accelerated fraud, irreversible loss of privacy. Here's the hard truth: we cannot fix AI safety if we cannot measure the value of the human behind the data. LifeStack establishes the 3 missing metrics. First, personal data value, real-time scoring of risk, exposure, and exploitation. Second, consent